Hello and welcome to The Recipe, brought to you by Filippo Berio. I'm your host, Theo Randall, chef patron of Theo Randall Cucina Italiana. Today I'm joined by one of the most influential voices in modern Asian cooking, a chef, food entrepreneur, best-selling author, and TV pioneer whose mission has always been to make Chinese cooking joyful, healthy, and accessible. Please welcome the incredible Ching-He Huang MBE. Ching, welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks so much.
This show is all about a recipe that has a meaning. Please tell us what recipe you're going to cook today.
Okay, today I'm going to make you my Mama Huang's hot and sour soup.
So your mum's soup?
My mum's soup, yeah. I better not get this wrong.
So what's the meaning of this dish to you? I mean, is this a childhood memory? Is this like a taste that you can remember from your childhood?
This is a dish that is so comforting and satisfying. It's something that my mum would make 100 different variations. And it reminds me of growing up on my grandmother's farm in Taiwan, because there we grew bamboo shoots. So we've got bamboo shoots in it. We've got shiitake mushrooms, dried ingredients. That's just really earthy, from the ground.
Yeah.
So it's one that takes me down memory lane all the time. And when I need something comforting, this is the soup I go to. And, my mum would make the classic hot and sour, which you've had in the Chinese restaurants, is like dark and moody and earthy, which is what this is. But sometimes, when she's in a lighter mood, it can also be clear as well.
Okay.
Yes. So, there's many variations. I love it because it's simple once you know how.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of ingredients, but this is something that if you're new to Chinese cooking, it also sort of eases you into it because you get a whole overview of the ingredients that you need. So yeah, I hope you're going to like it.
I'm sure I am. I mean, I love your cooking. I think your cooking is incredible. And I always learn so much from you. And I think the thing about Chinese food, I get like Italian food, it's almost less is more. And whenever I cook Chinese food as a real amateur, I always tend to overdo it. I add too many ingredients. So I'm absolutely fascinated by this recipe because even though there are lots of flavors there, you haven't got lots of ingredients, but you've got the classics, haven't you? You've got ginger, you've got garlic, you've got these mushrooms, which can add that lovely earthy flavor. Yeah. And then you've got tofu as well. And tofu is a bit of one of those things, I always think it's a bit like polenta. No one really understands it. It's kind of a bit sort of bit bland. I mean, it's bean curd, isn't it?
So it is, It can be a challenge for some people, but it's once you know how, it does its thing. It's got a lovely silky texture, which is what you want. So
this soup's kind of a bit like a hug from your mum, isn't it? It
is. And it brings back so many memories. I think because my grandmother as well, I mean, being on a farm in Taiwan, and their farmers growing bamboo shoots and having an orangery and everything, basically you got what you got fresh from the local wet market, like chicken and, but everything else pretty much, like we grew the spring onion, we grew ginger. Gnocchi is just an exotic thing that my mum loves to have because once it's like softened down, it's a bit like noodles.
It's the texture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the texture. So everything is textural. Everything has got to look pleasing. And the fact that it's all from the land is really what means a lot. Because, being farmers, traditionally, it's everything what you could use. I mean, I remember my grandmother, dispatching chicken, effortlessly, so, things like that. So, but yeah, you don't have to use chicken. You can use pork, which is a staple.
Well, you could do it even without chicken because you've got the tofu.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, little nuances, variations, ya cai, which is what we're going to be using, or xie cai, pickled xie cai. This is, of course, rooted in traditional classic Sichuan cuisine, hot and sour. That's where the flavor profile comes from. Being in Taiwan, a lot of these flavors from the Sichuan chefs, Hunanese chefs, during sort of 1945, emigrated and, fled to Taiwan. And so brought a lot of their sort of bold, punchy flavors. So that's also the crux hallmarks of Taiwanese cuisine. It's bold and punchy and spicy, and we love Sichuan food. So yeah, it has all these notes.
So loads of seasoning, loads of different flavors, loads of textures.
Yeah.
What's the main seasoning? You've got dark soy there, I can see.
I've got dark soy in here for color, but predominantly hot and sours using fresh chilies, ground white pepper, because ground white pepper gives you that lovely heat.
So it's funny, everyone, uses ground black pepper, which has a different taste completely to white.
Yes, and actually the cracked black pepper, you get the big hits, whereas, ground white pepper is actually much spicier. And I feel like it gives a more kind of uniform spice all the way through, an actual heat, like ginger almost. And the sour, the acidity will come from black rice vinegar, so that's fermented.
Okay.
And Zhenjiang black rice vinegar is the region where it's very famous in China, and literally it's beautiful. It looks liquidy, not much depth and viscosity to it, but it really adds a lovely pop of acidity.
So what I love about your cooking is it's healthy, but it's also incredibly tasty. I mean, you've got so many seasonings, so much flavour, but it's actually really good for you.
Yeah, really good. Ginger is antifungal, viral, all these things. And during winter time, you really want to load up on the essentials, because Chinese cuisine is yin and yang, and it's not just, it was predominantly medicinal qualities. You eat for good health, to prevent ill health.
Right.
And so a lot of it has those nuances. Like my grandmother would be like, it's cold now, so you need warming foods. You need to enrich your body, the qi in your body, you need to heat it up with ginger, chilies, ground white pepper. You've got to warm it from the inside, because the body is always in a state of balance, So either, cold or hot, depending, and you always want to achieve the perfect balance. So that's the key. Without getting too, I'm no Chinese medicine professional, but these essence, the ethos is there, and I think intuitive eating. We are now in that stage where a lot of people are worried about their health, wellness, and so a warming dish like this, instead of traditionally served at the beginning of a meal to line up the stomach. Yeah. But in the West, I think it's lovely. I have it as a meal.
So this is a main course.
This is for me, today to share with you. This is how I like to eat at home. It's a lovely, main course.
It just sounds amazing. I think we should start cooking.
Okay. I think we've oversold it.
It's got to be good now. So, chicken. I guess we're going to use chicken thigh here.
We're going to use chicken thighs. These are organic and really lovely and juicy. Just flatten it down even more if you want with the back of the cleaver. And then we just slice into the very thin shreds.
You're so good at that. So chicken thigh, obviously it's got more flavour than chicken breast.
Yes.
You said you could use pork otherwise?
Yes, pork shreds is fine as well. Or if you are vegetarian, you can just keep it to the mushrooms. Yeah. Or even actually firm tofu. The smoked firm tofu variety that you can get as well is really good. Yeah, just really nice thin pieces like that. And then also some shiitake mushrooms are going to go in as well. And you've got...
Do you want me to do those?
Yeah, and those are the dried ones.
I'm just going to drain these.
Have been soaked.
Yeah, okay.
And the trick with those is to wash them first and then soak them in hot water, so boiling water. That's it. And
so you basically bring them back to life.
Bring them back to life, so they're nice and spongy. We just need a small handful.
How thin, chef?
Thin as thin as these shreds.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can. Thank you.
So I'm fascinated by your wok because, finding a good non-stick frying pan is quite difficult. And this, tell us about it, because it's got a kind of really interesting coating and you helped develop it, didn't you?
Oh, well, the wok is, I call it my lotus wok, and it has a lovely non-stick patiner on there, but it doesn't have any PFOE, PFOA chemicals. It's basically nanosilica crystals blasted into heavyweight carbon steel, and it gives you this lovely
because it's kind of really solid.
It's really solid. I wanted a lifetime guarantee on it, but
no complaints.
I don't think so. Maybe in my next life, but that is it's a beautiful, what you want, when you're a chef or you cook at home, you want the equipment to help you to make it effortless.
Absolutely.
And you want to make it easy. You can clean it easily, just soapy water, and it's just beautiful to cook. Even a fried egg just slips and slides off with the tiniest amount of oil. And so that's the effect that I wanted. But unfortunately, these are not in production at the moment.
Okay.
But you will definitely get one. I've got one in storage, and even for friends and family. And but yeah, I'm thinking about getting these resurrected again. But it's just beautiful.
What's next?
What's next? I love it. That's going to be the name of my show. Okay, so
Nice and hot. I can feel the heat coming off.
Yeah, can you feel it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to see a bit of smoke rising off the edge. Can you see?
Yeah.
Just a little bit there. Okay, and then we go in with a neutral oil. Now, I tend to use peanut oil or groundnut oil just because it's a neutral, odorless oil so that you can create your own flavor base. But you can also use if you want to use olive oil, you can, it's up to you. But traditionally Chinese cooking, we tend to use peanut oil, groundnut oil, vegetable oil, rapeseed oil, sunflower oil.
Okay.
Just a flavorless, odorless oil to create your neutral flavor. A robust oil.
Yes.
Not sesame oil, because sesame oil burns.
It burns, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And then just a little drop of oil.
Suddenly see the oil moving, which means it's very
And then, can you see the
The
smoke?
smoke's coming now, okay.
We pop that in.
There's the chicken.
We let the chicken settle
Okay.
on one side. Now you can just give it a mix.
You can see that fat coming out of the thigh now. It's really
It's really
lovely. Look at
lovely. And lovely and golden.
that. Yeah.
You want that. And you want to always hear the sizzle. So you can even give it a little stir.
Yeah.
Before it's completely cooked and the meat is still open, if you like, we can add some Shaoxing wine because that will be absorbed. The flavor of this will be absorbed into the meat once it completely fills. It's like in a restaurant.
Got a real sweetness to it.
Yeah, lovely sweetness.
Yeah.
And you imagine, in a restaurant, 600-degree flames.
Yeah.
This sizzling, it's virtually the same effect.
Like a teaspoon.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And the sugars will burn, but that also helps to create the flavor.
So this is all about creating the flavor in the pan at the beginning. So this is the
beginning.
this is the base of the soup. This is what's going to give it all that lovely taste.
Exactly, absolutely. So there you go. So once it starts to cook out, the sizzle sort of reduces, still on maximum heat.
Okay.
We're just going to add a little bit of dark soy, just to colour the meat.
See, if that was me, I'd have put so much soy.
Only a little bit.
I know.
Yeah, a little bit. Because the soy does burn.
Yes.
So I don't want too much. It was only just to colour the meat, because we do eat with our eyes. A little bit of ground white pepper.
White pepper, lovely.
Okay. And that lovely, gives it that lovely
The smell already is
punch.
incredible.
Punch. And then the chicken, not going to overcook it. Now we add the water. So now the sizzling's going to go.
Right, okay.
Right, this is going to be the
So we've got the flavour in the chicken.
Got the flavour.
We're kind of making, now we're making a sort of broth.
Now, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
loads. So this feeds a lot of people.
yes.
So when your mother used to make this, you said she made it in big batches. I mean, did
Big
she have like
batches.
enormous pots to make it in?
My grandmother would have a gigantic wok, 2 woks. That's all she ever cooked on a wood-fired stove.
Really?
Yeah, and the lids were like this huge. And honestly, it's a pleasure. You know, it's sight of her. I think that's where I got it from when I was like 5, running around chasing after a chicken. Trying to protect it.
Chasing after you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let the water come to a simmer now. And then we're going to just add in the lovely mushrooms that you sliced, which is like perfection. Wow. Yeah. It's all about the bite.
Yes, of course.
Then we're going to add the wood ear mushrooms as well. These are pre-sliced. So you can buy this in Chinatown or online already pre-sliced. So once you rehydrate it, it's just actually really big and you just shred it down.
Oh, it's got like great texture.
It's great. It's honestly the best thing. So it gives you that lovely crunch.
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
Reminds me of tripe. You know,
yeah, it does.
It's got that sort of texture and bite.
Exactly, exactly.
Which not everyone's cup of tea, but it's I love the texture of that.
This is veggie tripe. I've got here also the bamboo shoots, and these are tinned bamboo shoots. They're already just been julienned.
They're tinned bamboo shoots?
Yeah, tinned bamboo shoots. And so this, again, very earthy. It gives, again, that lovely texture. It adds a lovely sweetness, a mellow sweetness, and an earthy note to it. So add that in. I mean, my grandmother used to have, fresh bamboo shoots where you just harvest them, just peel the outer leaves, the shoots only, and then boil them 20 minutes in water, and then just slice them. And you can put them in pork rib soup, this soup,
in bamboo shoots,
as a salad.
They just grow so quickly.
It grows so quickly, and it's so abundant and full of fibre. It's really good for you.
So it's really good for your gut.
Yeah, really good for you. We've got grated ginger, a good amount. In fact, in my cooking, I always never have enough ginger. That's lovely heat.
Very good for you, isn't it?
It's fantastic, so warming. You need to let this wilt down. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful pieces like that. And again, the Chinese leaf is going to impart a lovely sweetness, a tenderness to the soup. I think for the heat, we can add some chilies now, just so they can get working.
What's your theory on chili?
Heat.
I mean, a lot of people say, if you take the seeds out, seeds in. What's your thoughts on that?
I actually like it with the seeds in, especially in the soup.
Yeah.
I want to feel the heat. I want to taste the heat.
So it's the seeds that give the heat.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the membrane is. The capsaicin, the membrane, that's where the spice is, the kick. And actually chilies, do you like things hot?
I like things like this hot. Well,
Okay.
I don't like things when they're like really super, super hot.
Yeah.
When it's almost like a dried... I find dried chilies sometimes a bit... I mean, like a little pepperoncino is lovely, a little bit of chili, a little spice in like a pasta sauce or something. But when you've got that really intense dry heat, it can be
too much.
I remember going to this restaurant in Bangkok and they did this special dish, which was a prawn curry. And it smelled incredible. And I had a spoonful of this sort of curry and put it in my mouth. And it was the most beautiful, sweet prawns. And I just felt my whole mouth was just, I couldn't taste anything. I mean, it was completely numb. And I think it's just, of what you're used to, because some people just absolutely love that heat.
Yeah, they do.
And I like a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavour, but when it's that hot, I just feel a bit uncomfortable.
I think it depends what dish you're cooking, I think the heat plays a role, but you're right. Nothing where it completely, you can't taste anything else.
I couldn't taste anything. It was like a numbness.
Because Chinese cuisine is about balance.
Yes.
It's about the 5 spices. So, hot, sour, sweet, aromatic, and pungent. So this is soft tofu. And,
interesting. Soft tofu. So you get hard tofu?
Yes, you do. And it's basically soy milk curdled, which is blended soys with water and then coagulated.
So basically bean curd.
Bean curd, yeah. And so we're just going to slice it into quite chunky pieces.
It's a neutral flavour tofu, isn't it? It's probably presumably more for texture than flavour.
It's more for the texture and also the nutrition, because it's good protein.
Yeah.
It's good, clean protein, especially if it's from, organic soy. And, soybeans really basically fed the whole of China during times when food was scarce. So soy sauce, bean curd, fermented bean paste, miso comes from China. Doenjang in Korea comes from China. So it's basically all this fermented soybean pastes in big urns. We add chili, that's chili bean paste. If you don't add the chili, that's miso essentially. Yes, and then if you press, then it becomes, if it's the first press, it's soy sauce, light soy sauce. Fermented longer, dark soy sauce.
Really?
Yeah. So this humble bean, and then, curdled soy pudding, blended with water, coagulated tofu. So
it's got so many processes. It's got so many uses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is more rustic, nice chunky pieces of tofu. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's doing its thing. It's all coming together nicely. We're going to add the bouillon. This is vegetable bouillon powder.
Just like a vegetable
Stock powder.
Yeah.
Just to intensify the flavor. And it's a cheat ingredient. This bit is not my mum's. She likes her broth a bit cleaner in taste. I like it slightly more umami. So I add this.
And also, would she have used dark soy or would she use light soy?
She would use dark soy.
Okay.
Dark soy, yeah. And sometimes clear rice vinegar. So then the soup is clear.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if it was clear, would she use different ingredients? Like would she use chicken? Would she ever use?
She'd use prawns.
Yeah.
If you're having people over, prawns, fish. You can add, slices of sea bass fillets.
Okay.
It'd be really nice in there as well. Obviously, it's completely up to you. So we're kind of almost there.
So Ching, you've done a lot of television. I mean, you've done 11 television series and you've presented programs like Saturday Kitchen, you've done Iron Chef. I mean, you've done so much. How do you find all that? Has it been?
It's been an adventure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I managed it. Did I do all those things? But it's been good fun. I love it. Life is about experiences and challenges, and I think I just always wanted to. I don't know. I think I like pain.
But you started off in doing a degree in economics, and then you had your own food company.
Yes.
I mean, you've done
that was
so many
pain.
different things. What was that like?
Oh my gosh. I didn't know what I was doing, but I set up this food production business when I was fresh out of uni.
Yeah.
And we supplied people like Pret. I think I can say it now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like old contract
Say what you want.
Pret and
Yeah.
Benji's. Do you remember Benji's?
Benji's, I remember Benji's, yeah.
So I supplied the Benjamin family with cold noodles. And
So how did you go about doing
Not
that?
acidic
Did you set up a
production kitchen.
production kitchen?
Yeah, it was all high risk. Everything was 3 days short shelf life.
Right.
And like sandwiches,
Yeah.
really, but cold noodle salads.
Okay.
Layered and like liang mian in Taiwan. I was like, liang mian, people need to taste liang mian. It's like the most delicious cold noodle salad. And the way it was presented, everyone was like, how do you eat this thing? Am I supposed to cook it? Because it's like, in a tray with all the ingredients separated out with sachets. I was like, oh, God. So I'd go into the supermarket, stand there, watch people in like Europa Foods. Do you remember them?
I remember Europa Foods. I remember very well.
And Cullen's. So,
Cullen's, I remember Cullen's.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a bit of chilli there.
Did you?
Yeah, wow, that's
What
great.
do you think?
It's good. It's got a lot of flavour.
I like a bit. I haven't added the pepper yet. So this is where it's going to get hot.
Coriander stems, do you want those to go in?
Yes, please. They can go in now.
shall I put
They
them
can
in
go
now?
now because they add a lot of flavour.
Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing.
Good?
Yeah, good. Not very spicy. I was a bit scared about putting too much heat.
Well, I
because
actually
they
think that's
said
got
that.
quite a bit of heat.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm a bit pathetic when it comes to really spicy things.
Okay, you didn't see that extra pinch.
So what was it like filming Chinese Food Made Easy? I mean, that was a phenomenally successful TV show. And I think, you're very modest, but you've changed the way people think about Chinese food in this country. And I mean, that must have been quite such a roller coaster ride doing that show.
Do you know what it's like? I mean, you do one show and then it leads you on to another and you just go for it. And it was like 2008, it was coming up to the Beijing Olympics, it was 2007.
Wow.
I just got this call after Ching's Kitchen on UK Food, which is like 2006. I never got another call and I thought, that was really bad.
It must have been really
And
bad.
then literally, I said, I'm never working TV again, ever. And then 2007, producers called me and said, do you want to come and do the show, about Chinese cuisine? I was like, me? I was like, I grew up with Ken Hom and, the master. And I was like, what have I got? What am I going to say? How do I add to the conversation? And you know what it's like. Everyone's got their own style. And you roll with it. And I didn't say no. I was scared out my brains doing it. But I enjoyed it and I learned so much. So I think the thing is, just go for it. You know, we kind of tend to underestimate ourselves and we stop ourselves before it's even started. And I think just walk on, just crack on and do it.
I think the thing about Chinese food is that there's such a varied cuisine. It's so regional.
Yeah.
And I think people just sort of put it into a little box like it's Chinese cuisine or it's Italian cuisine or it's Indian cuisine. And there's so much more to it. And I think what you've shown in your books and everything is that actually there is a subtle touch. There isn't the same dish all the time. There is just so many variations. And what I love about this recipe is that it's the base of what potentially could be so many different dishes.
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
You could do like a chicken bamboo shoot, mushroom stir fry with the same ingredients, not in a soup. And like you could do tofu mixed with mushrooms even in like a quick braise, you know, like a slow braise for 20 minutes with this sort of, with stock and then thickener and even with some egg. And you can pop that on noodles, for example. So honestly, it's amazing.
This is amazing. So you're pouring a beaten egg and you're just stirring it around so you get these little drops of threads of cooked egg.
Like 蛋花, like 蛋花汤, which is egg flour drop soup. It's not traditionally in hot and sour soup. There are variations, but I just love it. I just, packed full of protein and goodness and everything.
You keep saying protein. I mean, this is food that's going to fill you up, isn't it? It's food that's going to make you, you won't have to eat for hours afterwards.
Exactly.
It's just, and these are...
And these are fresh enoki mushrooms, which is my mum's favourite. So we just drop them in at the end. All the seasoning's done. So once all the seasoning's done, then you add the corn flour slurry to thicken.
Okay. So it's interesting. As soon as you added the corn flour, it's started to thicken, becoming much more sort of hearty soup.
Yes.
The viscosity change.
Yes. And then we just basically gently, poach.
Yeah.
Poach the mushrooms, and they become like noodles.
Yes.
Threads of noodles. A bit more, and we can tuck them underneath so we don't ruin the aesthetic of it. So it might look like a lot of enoki mushrooms, but you just hide them at the bottom.
But they become like the noodles, so this is another part of the meal.
Exactly. Yeah. But don't they look pretty?
They're gorgeous.
We're good to go. Look at it.
Look at that. It's amazing.
We've got the chunky chicken in there.
Yeah.
I could have put more chicken, actually. You could always save that chicken for a stir fry.
Yeah, but this is nice, though, because you haven't got too many of one ingredient. I think that's so nice. And also, it's kind of really affordable cooking in the sense that you're not using that much protein. Of course, some of these ingredients you have to buy. But if you've got a really good, well-stocked store cupboard, which is the most important thing when it comes to Chinese food, because there are so many different elements and so many different ingredients. If you've got all those things in your store cupboard, this becomes quite a simple thing to make.
Exactly.
Well,
there you go.
I think...
Presto. Theo's your uncle. So you've got chicken, tofu, got the lovely woodier mushrooms, and then let's grab some of this enoki, shall we?
Yeah.
Just
such amazing colours. It's sort of got this kind of autumn all over, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is an autumn version, I guess, but you could have a summer version, like you were talking about having fish in there, and having a lighter version.
Absolutely. Hot and sour, the flavour profile, is so versatile. So you can use clear rice vinegar instead of the black rice vinegar, and it'll be much clearer than this. You don't have to use dark soy sauce, just use like salt. Instead.
So this was bring back memories of being a little one?
Yeah, it does actually. A big bowl of this sometimes was my lunch. Super warming and comforting. And
gorgeous. Look at that.
I think my mum will be proud of this one.
I'm sure she will. It's the attention to detail I love. I mean, you really get like every little bit. It's like just the right amount of this, a little bit of chili. Taste it, a little bit more chili. It's kind of perfection, I guess. I mean, that's where you're going. I mean, you've got to get that absolute taste that you had from your mother.
Do you know, it's a melody, isn't it? Cooking is a melody. It's adjustment, refinement, and feeling. I think cooking is all about our intuition. You can't be in a mood to cook if you don't feel the love.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to give that energy and the love. It comes out in the food looks tired.
It's so true. If you're not happy and you cook, you can tell.
You can tell it's not right. Something's not right.
Well, from the smell of this, I can tell you're really happy. So let's go and eat some.
Okay.
So mum's soup smells incredible. I can't wait to taste this. Let's
try.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's got a lovely... Actually, no, it's not. The spice has gone slightly. It's not as hot as when I first tasted it. It's kind of sort of married together with the mushrooms. This feels like I'm eating something really, really healthy.
Do you get the crunch and the textures?
That tofu is delicious. I love it because adding that little thickener has made such a difference to the texture and made it much more
You could add more. You could add more corn flour slurry to make it more, you know, that sort of Chinese restaurant, that sort of thickness.
I kind of find that bit too sort of gelatinous. I like this sort of balance of a little bit thicker.
It's kind of a little brothy still.
So this is a dish that, you know, you could cook at home. I mean, it's very much I mean, we touched on it earlier on, but I think it's so important that when you're cooking Chinese food, it's that sort of moment where you think, oh, let's cook Chinese tonight, you know, and you need to have the ingredients there because you don't necessarily think, right, let's cook Chinese, let's go to the Chinese supermarket in Soho. You know, it's just not going to happen. So I think having a store cupboard, what would be this kind of the 5 essential ingredients you would say to people? Because I mean, you've got such a huge following. People, when I think of Chinese food, think of you. And I think you haven't westernized it, but you've made it real and you've made it easy. So what would be the sort of 5 store cupboard ingredients that you would recommend?
You know, what we had just now. Really good oil, flavorless oil. So you create your base of flavors. Shaoxing rice wine, absolutely. Because, I mean, I used to remember when I first started cooking, Shaoxing rice wine was like £2.50. For a bottle. Now it's £11.50.
Wow, that's inflation.
I mean, it's crazy. But it does add that sweetness, you know, the depth to meat, fish.
Well, the chicken, when you put it in the chicken, that teaspoon, I mean, it was half a teaspoon, but you don't use that much. And this is the thing that people forget, that you don't need that much. I mean, that was me. I'd probably be pouring it in ridiculous amounts, but it's about balance and getting those flavors and cooking just at the right point, which is what you do.
Just a tiny bit. I mean, you know, with cooking, you can make it your own. You know, once you know how, you can add a little bit here and there. I think Chinese cuisine is quite forgiving in that way. But I think the steps definitely, always seasoning to the end because you're actually cooking it out. So, you know, like the soy sauce, light soy, dark soy, those are your other essentials, Shaoxing wine. And then I think, I mean, we didn't use it today, but I think 5 spice. I think if you are a keen Chinese food enthusiast and you're like getting to grips with it first, I think definitely Chinese 5 spice because easy as roasting chicken. Just chicken thighs, just put Chinese 5 spice and some light soy, the Shaoxing wine. You can't go wrong. You'll still get beautiful flavors. You can shred the chicken, you can pop it on a noodle soup, stir fry or fried rice, you know, with some egg. And really, Theo's your uncle. Literally, you know, like that's all you need.
So whenever I think of Chinese 5 spice, I always think of crispy duck. Or Peking duck. So what is Chinese 5 spice? What are the ingredients of Chinese 5 spice?
So as well as your usual store cupboard ingredients, I think Chinese 5 spice has got all the key elements of the 5 tastes of Chinese cuisine. So salty, spicy, sweet, aromatic and pungent. And they're encapsulated in Sichuan pepper, star anise, clove, fennel, and cinnamon. So, you know, that is the basic of Chinese cuisine, to incorporate all those elements in one dish. So the sweetness of vegetables, the spiciness of, you know, the chilies, the aromatic notes, you know, of the soy sauce, you know, whether you use the spice or whether you use the store cupboard essentials, that's the key. You want to try and create that perfect balance.
So don't make your own, basically.
You can make your own. You can make your own 5 spice. Yeah, it's actually a lot easier than people think.
Pestle and mortar?
Pestle and mortar's good. First, get a small pan, right? Dry heat or whack it up. It's all about actually the ratio of spice, because of course one spice can overpower another.
Yeah.
So, like star anise is very, very strong.
Very
You
strong,
only need one.
Yeah.
Maybe you need half. Sichuan pepper is very spicy and citrus. So just a teaspoon. Fennel, as well can overpower. So a teaspoon. So I would say if you're a first 5 spice kind of Gen Zer, 5 spice, maybe you're a 5 spice beginner.
Yeah.
I would say sort of a teaspoon of each.
Okay.
Dry toast, pestle mortar. Bob's your uncle, Theo's your uncle.
I would find this really useful, watching you cook and having the ingredients, knowing what the recipe is, and then cooking along with you. Can I cook along with Ching?
Yes, you can, Theo. You can sign up to my Ching-He Huang online masterclass. I've got over, I think, 70 recipes and a big archive.
70?
Yeah, step-by-step recipes. And a vegan masterclass on there. It's a really good resource, I think.
Yeah.
I designed it so that people could step-by-step, freeze, stop.
So when you're writing your cookbooks, do you look at recipes that might be traditional, classic Chinese recipes and think, right, I'm going to make it this more healthy, because this for me is so healthy. I mean, I'm feeling such goodness in this dish.
Oh,
do you look at things and think, well, I'm not going to add that amount of oil, or I'm not going to add this ingredient or that ingredient because I don't want it to be too sweet, or I'm going to just make it really healthy, clean food?
I mean, the thing is, when I first started out cooking, right, everyone was like, Chinese food is so unhealthy.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not true. Because if I was, I eat it every day virtually. So, if it's not healthy, how can I sustain myself? And home cooking is very different to restaurants. So it's for any cuisine.
Yes.
Whether it's Indian or, you have cleaner foods at home, fresher, lighter tasting, full of nutrients, everything in season. The amount of oil that you use, that I use, I'm very mindful about the amount of oil. In fact, I very rarely do fried foods.
Yes.
That's a treat. And that goes for every cuisine. So why not Chinese as well?
Well, as I say, everything's good for you in moderation. I think, if you have something fried, it tastes delicious, and it's maybe a little sort of starter or something. But what I love about your cooking, and I mentioned this before, but what I love about your cooking is that it's so clean. You can sense that there's a history behind it. This is your mother's dish, which is just absolutely delicious. And I love cooking with you. I mean, I didn't do much cooking, but it was a pleasure to watch. And I learned so much from your cooking.
Oh, thank you so much. I love cooking for you. I mean, it's such an honor to cook for you. And it's a real pleasure and it's a real honor for me. And I just hope you will attempt it yourself.
I hope so too. But Ching, thank you so much. That was the most delicious mama's soup. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode of The Recipe with me, Theo Randall. You can find Ching's full hot and sour soup recipe on the Filippo Berio website at filippoberio.co.uk/Theo. And be sure to sign up to her online cookery school and grab yourself a copy of her latest cookbook, Wok for Less. Don't forget to subscribe, follow and share the podcast wherever you listen, and join us next time as we uncover more inspiring dishes and the stories behind them. Until then, happy cooking.